So who can tell me what Miss Francis just did? Hey, look, let me tell y'all this too. We're all salespeople, right? So we gotta be willing to be able to speak. So a group activity. What did she just do?
Just added people to her portfolio.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else? Tasha, I'm gonna just call you out.
She was networking.
She was networking. Anyone? Okay, in the red.
Co-branding.
Co-branding.
Well, trying to establish the relationships through networking to establish co-branding.
Keep that in mind. Establish a relationship. One more person. What did Miss Francis just give us? A presentation. Most importantly though, think about this because nobody had no paper out, so value proposition. Anyone familiar with the value proposition? When someone actually gives an initiative of why you should deal with them, but not just a sales proposition, but an actual value. She said she'd been in the business for this long, why she would be good for your customers. She did something called a value proposition. So keep it in mind. I'm gonna share a little bit of that. I even wrote something out and I was like, long and detailed. And I like, man, forget that. I'm just gonna share my story because it's more of a family setting right now, right? So it's not really more of a time to really take no notes and dive into things, but I'm gonna share my value and just share how I can communicate with you all and actually establish a relationship with you all right? First of all, give a round of applause to Miss LaShonda for her year, what she got going. Because for so many years, LaShonda and I was on the phone talking about why she needed to move out and do her own thing. It's like kicking the baby out the nest, right? Go find, you got your own thing. You can establish your own thing right now. But my name is Definite. Congratulations. Congratulations to everyone else that's been with her too. Before I do my little story, who could say they've been doing real estate for longer than 15 years? Okay, raise your hand high. What about you? The little girl been doing okay. Who can say they've been doing real estate longer than 10? 5. 5 years? How long?
Since
2014. All right, 3 years. Yeah, he scratches there. 3? Okay. 2, 1, 6 months, 2 weeks. How long you been doing it? Today. You're not real estate. What you do?
I'm a software developer.
Okay. All right. Well, so how long you been doing that?
4 years.
4 years. Okay. The reason I ask that is because oftentimes we don't stay in the business long enough to actually establish a relationship with people. We don't stay in the business long enough to actually establish our business at all. In real estate or in software engineering, but in real estate, we're talking about that right now. And in sales in general and insurance, you have to be in it for at least 10 years. Over 87% of people that actually buy homes go right back to the real estate agent that sold them a home. So if many people burn out in real estate within the first 5 years, how you think you're gonna be able to get repeat customers to come back to you and say, hey, because by the time you got started, what's your name? What's your name? Ron. By the time Ryan got started, he sold me my first house. I come back to Ron because people stay in the house for at least 7 to 8 years. Hey, Ron, I'm ready to do another one. Oh, man, I don't do that no more. I'm selling Albuquerque. You want some weight loss food? They don't stay in business long enough to do it. So in this business that we're in real estate and in sales in general, we are self-motivators. We have to motivate ourselves every single day. Ryan, that's right, right? She's shaking her head like it's correct. LaShonda, is that not right? We got to be self-motivated. There's no type of videos we can look at. There's no books we can read, which can encourage us, because I'm all about educating ourselves. But if you don't get up in the morning on your own accord and say, I have to do this, or I need to do this, or sell myself the value proposition. Because what happens is we oftentimes selling someone else on us, and the most important customer is who? Ourselves. We're all the time talking about why you should use me. This is why you should use me. Oh, I call you back. I answer your phone call. I do X, Y, Z. Hey, I take you to go drive and look at 22 houses today with gas at $72 a gallon.
It went down, it was 80.
It's down to 8. But the fact is, we're so pumped up at telling someone when we're ready to go, and we revved up the first year, first 2 weeks, first 6 months, and the next thing you know, 2 years go, and we're not doing it no more. So I want to encourage you all to actually stay in the business long enough to where you can actually feel the benefits of being a real estate agent. That's why I created something called selling your way out. You got to sell your way out. You sell someone else, but you got to also sell yourself. My wife can attest to this because she went through all this with me. So one year, I was putting an event, something like this together. I was doing a lot of speaking, so I'm ready to go out here and get pumped up and change folks' lives and blah, blah, blah. I said, well, I need to get me a speaker. Well, I'm the headliner, but then someone said, no, you need to get someone bigger. I said, okay, so who is bigger than me? No, you need to get somebody that got a name recognition. People got to want to come and draw and go to this place to actually see this person speak. All right, cool. So I start calling around, talking to people. And LaShonda know the individual, but I reached out to him and he called me right back instantly, which I was surprised because on this YouTube, he had like millions of odd people viewing this one video. So I was surprised he hit me back. So I said, hey man, I'm doing this event, speaking in Hendersonville. Love for you to come out because I hear that you actually the one that got the jewels. He said, okay, you know what, good. Won't you come down to my class, something like this, see if you like what you hear, and then we can go from there. I said, okay, cool. Went down to the class, the room was packed out. He was in a little small room, so it makes it seem like a lot of people. It's packed out, boy. I told my wife, hey, babe, I'm going to go down here and talk to this guy. I think I'm going to get him. She said, okay, cool. Well, do what you got to do. All right, cool. Talked to him. I seen him do his thing. I said, man, I want to be doing that. I want to do that. That's what I should be doing. Get the room packed out, get people motivated and pumped up, and then charge them some money. But I'm like, man, this guy got what he got. I don't know if I can afford this guy because I don't have no money to be paying nobody no big dollars. So I said to myself, I'm going to sell him on why he should do it with me. Then I came up with this idea to say, you know what? I'm going to end up paying for one of your classes for 12 months. That was $600 a month. You remember that, Adrian? Yes. I said, okay, ain't no big deal. $600 a month because when I start selling the tickets, the people are going to come back. The money going to come back to me. So I ain't worried about it. Got there, did the event. Nobody showed up. People showed up from my accord to get people there, but no one came because of him. I learned something then too. You need to buy actually trust in yourself and your ability because the people that come, the 40 some odd people that was there came because of me pushing to get people there. And I also learned it's not their responsibility to get people there either. I'm the one supposed to be bringing the audience to them. Point blank, the thing is I end up on the line for $600 a month. Y'all know how much it is? A lot. $7,200 a year, good job. That I didn't have. So I'm thinking I get the money back, it's all good. I didn't get it back. I start taking this class, next thing you know, 6 months into it, I got to have a discussion to come to Jesus moment with this guy that, hey, I can't pay you no more to come to your class. Because he on auto draft. I just can't stop going. I got to tell him I'm not going. Take me off auto draft and do what you got to do. So I called his gatekeeper, the individual that always do the frontline stuff, the one that sold and do all the hooking up. I said, so-and-so, I need to talk to you about taking me off the auto draft. I ain't got the money to keep paying y'all this money. He said, okay, let me let you talk to coach then. The last thing you want to do is talk to the guy.
They convinced you to do it.
Yeah, because they convinced me to do it first. No, he didn't. I sold him. I told him the deal. I'm going to make the money back. I'll take your class for 12 months. I'll pay you $600 a month because I know I'm going to make it back. I did not. Now I got to go to him and say, hey, I can't do it. And one thing he told me, he said, and this is the only thing he told me, and it stuck out to me, because I knew he was going to try to sell me on why I should not do it. But I was already mind made up. I'm not staying. I don't care what you tell me. I'm gone. He said, Troy, you do this speaking. You got this book. I got a book called The Mindset of Successful Thinking. I was going to give it to everybody, but I forgot at the house. Email me and I'll give you one. I'll bring it to the next meeting. But the fact is, I sat down and talked to him on the phone. He tried to talk to me about why I should not do it. He tried to make me feel bad for doing it. But then he said, you need to sell your way out. Sell your way out? You need to sell your way out of this whole thing of what you're doing. That's your fault. He put it back on me. It's your fault you can't do it, Tasha. You made the deal. You actually made the deal. It's your situation. You need to fix it and sell your way out of it. Now, anything else, I was pissed off. I got off the phone. I was pissed. I said, who does this dude think he is? I'm doing all this and that. this pisses me off. How you going to tell me? But it clicked. Instantly, I got on the phone and started calling people about how can I come and speak at your next event or speak at your next class to start building the rapport and start building a relationship with people to end up selling my way out of it. See, every day we got to keep selling our way out of why we doing this, what we do. You follow me? Every day we wake up and think about, man, I can do that. I'm supposed to do it. I seen what LaShonda made one time. I see the new car she got. See, every time we often get in the business because someone else has something that we might like. They may have freedom. They may have what you think is freedom anyway. What you think is freedom. Giving a person a lot of time that's not used to budgeting their time is like giving a person a lot of money that's not used to budgeting their money and it's gone. Let that sink in. Because what happens is we start finding out, I can make that lunch meeting. Ain't no, I can do that. I make that call, I can do X, Y, Z, but you ain't making no money as you're doing all those things. And now you're broke, in time, and then financially you're broke. But they help me understand the importance about selling my way out of every situation I'm in. In mortgages, I'm in the mortgage business. I've been in the finance industry for 15 years. But there was a time where I wanted to get my butt out of mortgage every day. Because I got to eat when I go out and, excuse the example, but kill. I can't eat unless I go out and get it. My wife not eating, my kid not eating unless I go out and get it. But there was a time I did not want to do mortgage no more, just like you may not want to do real estate at times. I was trying my best to get out, and there's nothing worse than trying to get out of something, but then nothing ever opens up for you. It's like a relationship. When you were single, you can get anybody. You can go with anybody you want to, but nobody hollering at you. You got all your get 'em girl dress on. You're looking good. Everything else is looking good on you. You're working out. You got a 7-pack, because one of them leaning off. But you got a 7-8-pack. You working out. You got the get 'em girl dress on. You look good. Your pumps looking nice, but nobody hollering at you. But as soon as you put that ring on, hey, where you been? I ain't seen you in forever. I know. I was trying to holler at you, and you wouldn't let me get on at that time. It's like that person in high school. They loved you. They love you now. They see what you're doing. But when you were in high school, you couldn't get with them. You couldn't get with her. They got 6 kids now. Nothing wrong with you got 6 kids. But you doing things, and they like, oh, man, I always wanted you. No, you didn't. So the same thing I had to ask myself when I was sitting down with my manager before I was trying to get out when no one's giving me an opportunity. I had to sit down with myself and say, but have I really given it all I have by concentrating on doing mortgages? And I could say no. Finally, my wife, who's patient more than me, like a lot of women are more patient than guys, finally said, thank God he finally got it. Because she often asks me, when are you going to just concentrate on doing this? When are you going to concentrate on just doing real estate? Yes, I understand it's going to be tough while you're doing your primary job. It's cool. But when are you going to concentrate on doing this more often? Because it's going to be obvious when someone's trying to call you during the day and you at work. And you can't get the deal because now you're working somewhere instead of concentrating on this. It's tough. It's tough. It's ugly. But through that moment, I started realizing, no, I have not given everything I got. And the moment I decided from that day on, I'm going to give everything I had, that's when that income that I was getting paid 107 went to 64, went to 170. You follow what I'm saying? And to continue to keep going up and going up to the 200 stuff. I remember when I first got my $20,000 check that week, and this is for all guys. Think about what I just said when I say this. Someone always is bigger than you. Because I got that $20,000 check, talked to my guy on the phone, yeah, man, I just got this 20. He like, okay, that's great, man, that's great. How much you get? Oh, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. How much you get? 120. In 1 month. But that's when I realized I couldn't compete with everybody. I shouldn't be competing with nobody but myself. When I concentrate on doing that, I start realizing I'm selling myself on my own value proposition. I know it's tough, Troy. I know you might have time situation going on. I know you might have this going on. But if you can do these things right here, I can show you the reason why you're going to be successful on this end. And that's when I concentrate on doing that. And that's when I actually understand about selling my way out to get to where I am today. So I say that because I'm in the business of commission. I'm in the business of self-employment. And oftentimes we don't see people going through what we go through, but I'm telling you, it always get rough in the beginning, but it end up getting better near the end. So as you're going through your moment, start selling yourself on why you're in the business that you're in. Why'd you do it in the first place? Right? What value would I bring to this industry? Come, let y'all know this too. You're important. You're important. Over 70% of people that bought a house use a real estate agent or a broker. With all the internet they got, this is all off of the National Association of Realtors. They use the broker or real estate agent, so you're important. So when we're thinking that someone's going online getting someone, I want to deal with somebody in my face, or I can at least call them. Stay in the business long enough, because people oftentimes get out. People burn out in the first 5 years. But do you know that over 80% of people go back to the person they bought a house from before? Longevity is important. I had to stay in the business a little bit longer to understand that, boom, it's going to change. So I just want to share those stories with you about the importance about selling your way out and understanding the importance about just giving a little bit more time before you decide to throw in the towel.